What up, YouTube? It's Casper. Just saw a very interesting movie. I'm about to give you the rundown of it, and I'm talking about the movie CODA. So let's get straight to it. It wasn't even on the watch list to watch this movie, but the Oscars recently just passed and it got nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year and won. So the fact that it won for Best Movie of the Year made me want to see it. Also, this movie came out the same year King Richard came out. That was basically the only reason why I saw this movie, was because it won Best Motion Picture of the Year and it's the same year King Richard came out.
There are plenty of pretty voices with nothing to say. Do you have something to say?
So CODA is a PG-13 movie and it's an hour and 51 minutes, directed by Sian Heder. It's a female writer on this movie. He's known for the TV show Orange is the New Black, another TV show called Little America. I've heard about him but never seen him. Yeah, this is the first thing I've ever seen from her. The movie is starred by Emilia Jones, Marlee, Matlin, Troy Kotsur, Daniel Durant, and those are the main actors in the movie. CODA is about a family of four. I'm guessing it's based in like Massachusetts area. So it's a family of four who has like a fish business where they go out to sea and they collect fish and they sell the fish to other companies and stuff like that. So this family of four, the mom, dad, and the brother are deaf. They cannot hear, so they communicate obviously through sign language. And the daughter, she's the only one in the family that's not deaf. She only knows how to do stuff with her family. So her going to school and doing stuff by herself, you can tell that she's not too used to it. But she likes to sing in her free time while she's working. She's singing. When she's singing, you can tell that she actually has a good voice and she can hit some notes that are actually smooth and clean. So long story short, she's in choir. One of the teachers, who I think is another great actor, and I'll bring him up in a bit, but the teacher who's the instructor of the choir class, he sees the potential in the girl. He wants to coach her, become something better, and take her to a school, Berkeley of College of Music. He sees the potential, but with her, she's like hesitant because she doesn't want to abandon her parents, because everything, her parents can't hear and she's the hearing vessel for the family business. She's kind of scared to just do singing, but the teacher sees the potential. She's in a little dilemma on what she's gonna do. Emilia Jones, she plays the daughter in the movie. I thought she did a great job in the movie. Her singing is actually really good. The movie, you can see her different styles. She could really sing. It wasn't someone else doing it for her. Seeing her different ranges of singing was actually pretty good. So she's not a bad singer. There's another actor that she's singing with. I think it's her high school mate. He's not the best singer, but you can just tell when they're both singing together that she destroys him at the singing part. Marlee Matlin, I guess she's like an OG because she's been acting for a long time. One thing about her that I didn't know is that she actually won an Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role in 1986. Movie she won that for, called Children of a Lesser God. I haven't seen that movie yet. She's the only actress to win Best Actress in a Leading Role and to be deaf. Another actor in the movie that actually surprised me and made me feel more connected to the movie and heartfelt. His name is Troy Kotsur. Again, never seen any of his work besides this movie, but from what I know, he's been acting for a very long time, over 20 years. Hella congratulations to him. He actually won Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role for this movie, CODA. He was going against King Richard and Will Smith. I'm not mad that Will Smith won Best Actor. That's what I wanted to happen. I'm glad I saw this. I'm not mad with the results of him winning Best Performance in a Supporting Role. I'm not familiar with none of the actors at all, but this movie was a great introduction to know who they are. One thing I didn't know is that the deaf people in the movie are actually deaf. That was actually pretty shocking because I could imagine how difficult and detailed it has to be for an audience to understand what's going on. And that was a very interesting point when I found out that they were actually deaf. That's pretty crazy, low-key. Besides all the main actors in the movie, one actor that I do want to mention that I feel like did a great job, his name is, sorry if I get your name wrong, Eugenio Derbez. He's the choir teacher in the movie, and I really liked his performance because you can tell that he was really emotionally involved with the music, and you can tell that he's a teacher and he's been through so much in life that he wants to give out knowledge to these kids. So he sees a talent in Ruby. He tries to test Ruby in many ways, you know, and he sees the potential in her, and also he sees that she's kind of in her box. Scenes in the movie where they have alone time and where like they're having good mentor moments, scenes in there where the teacher, Mr. V, is trying to like discipline her and put her in positions where he knows that she can excel in. You know, the only problem is that she just needs to get out of that box. And there's really good scenes that are relatable on just trying to be on point, be on time, you know, have discipline, you know. So there's a lot of good scenes between them two, and he stood out with his performance. He did a really good job. The vibe wasn't off. A lot of the stuff that he said was pretty funny, and there's some funny scenes with him too, where the teacher meets the parents of Ruby. He tries to speak to the parents in sign language, but he says something in sign language that he learned off YouTube, so it ends up being like something off. But that was pretty funny. So while watching the movie, I think the fact that what attached me the most, besides just seeing how visually their B-roll shots were, I thought the B-roll shots were good. So besides thinking the B-roll shots were good and all that, what caught me the most was the fact that I'm looking at a movie and actors are doing sign language. I think this might be the first movie that I ever seen that involves deaf people in sign language. Really caught my eye, to be honest, because I'm seeing their perspective through this movie. There's a scene in the movie where it flips to the perspective of the deaf person. You hear sound throughout the whole movie, and then there's a scene where the sound just completely shuts off. That perspective, I honestly couldn't. That shook me right there, because I thought that was a great idea. I thought that was really smart. You felt that. The fact that you didn't hear anything when they brought the deaf people perspective, I thought that was crazy and that was smart. I thought they could have added that at least maybe one more other time, but them adding it only on that part of the scene, it hit even harder. One thing I'll point out that was kind of off was probably just the high school scenes. I know a female wrote this movie. I don't know her writing on just how she perceives or thinks how high school is right now. I thought the way the students in class or walking throughout the hallways communicated was kind of corny. I feel like I've seen that style. I don't know what it is, but other TV shows and other movies that involve like high school stuff, they're always like the same, and students are characterized by one way and they're corny. And that was one thing about it. The high school scenes, I don't know if it was just the writing or what. Like, I don't know. High school people ain't like that. That's why I'm like, what the heck? Like, this movie had a lot of white humor, so a lot of the jokes they were cracking was white people jokes. Even with the sign language, you know, with the writing on that, like, you could just be like, dang, white people arguing. Like, some of the arguments could be straight white. Jeez, you're getting mad at that? The movie won Best Movie of the Year. Could recommend it to people. It actually is pretty good. The movie doesn't look like a Lifetime movie. It's enjoyable to watch. It has its own style. It's crispy in its own way, and it's very smart of a movie in my opinion. I think it would touch people, and it's a great movie to talk about. It opens up a perspective, you know, that a lot of people, I guess, don't think about because it's never around them. Watching the movie, I would have to give CODA an 8 out of 10. This movie really inspired me in aspects of putting out a movie where people wouldn't think of that idea. And it motivated me to do movies like that. Shot great. Angles matter to hit an emotion. And this movie did its great and did justice to make you feel what was going on. So that's my movie review on the movie CODA. For those who didn't know, CODA is actually an acronym for Child of Deaf Adult. I didn't know that. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was actually an interesting point. Go watch it, and shout out to you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.